Good afternoon. It's Thursday, and this is usually the time that I make a video of sermon notes. However, today, with the tragedy that has taken place in Parkland, Florida, at the Stoneman Douglas High School, sermon notes seems to pale in significance. In fact, I was going through some notes, trying to put things together to say what I'm going to do on Sunday. And I came across a little illustration. I don't even know where I got it at. I don't know who wrote it. But when I started to read it, I realized it was dragging me back to say, you know what, the sermon notes are not so important. For today, what we need to be thinking about are all the people who are suffering so badly in Parkland, Florida, and around the world as they watch the things that have taken place there and the thousands and thousands of lives that have been affected by this very tragic shooting. And let me read this to you, and then I'll probably ramble a little bit because my thoughts are not real clear with this. I just know that something needs to be said more than what I think has been said yet. And like I said, I don't know who wrote this. When a child thrusts his or her small hand in yours, it may be smeared with ice cream or jelly, and there may be a wart under the right thumb or a band-aid on the little finger. However, the most important thing about this little hand is that it is a hand of the future. This hand someday may hold a Bible or a revolver, play the church organ, or pull the lever on a roulette wheel, may gently dress a wound or tremble wretchedly grasping a drug needle. Right now that hand is in yours. It represents a full-fledged personality in miniature, to be respected as a separate individual whose day-to-day growth into adulthood is now in your hands. We are so reminded that there are little hands that are in our hands. We are so reminded that as we live together in a society, that we can't just legislate and make things good. We can't just legislate and eliminate all of our problems. There has to be something deeper. The same with our religious institutions. We can't just say you are in our thoughts and prayers, because it does take legislation. It does take people working together. It does take the secular and the world of faith to come together. People of much faith, people of no faith, whatever it happens to be. These little hands are there, and these little pieces of the puzzle to make things better are there. Is any one thing going to fix what we see happening around us? No, I don't think so. You know, we have that little piece that says if we just have complete background checks, and that's wonderful. We should have that. There's another little piece of that puzzle, and it says if we just enforce the laws that we have right now. There's another little piece of the puzzle that says, hey, if we just had better health coverage and health care for the people who are suffering from mental illness. If people just had a better understanding. But all these pieces, every one of them, are only one little piece of everything. And even when we put them together, even when we get it right, it can't happen. But the thing is, it doesn't have to happen as a normal part of our life. It should be such an abnormal thing that it would stand out as an abnormal thing that happens once a century. What's the answer to that? And I think the little hands that reach out, the little hands that grow into bigger hands, the people who feel so isolated, so at the fringe of society that they feel that their life doesn't matter. If we as a society can begin to say, here, put your hand into mine. Your life does matter to me. I do have compassion on you. I believe that together we can make a better place. We can have a better life. I see that you're suffering. I see that things aren't going right for you. It seems to me that that young man who perpetrated this evil thing that happened, somehow His little hand slipped out of someone's hand, and someone else needed to reach their hand out. And we look around at all the suffering people in the world. Surely we can do a better job about being the hand of compassion that says, I want you to know that your life matters, not only to me, but it should matter to you as well. I'll be here. I won't be here to tell you what to do. I won't be here to be condescending to you. I won't be here to push you in my direction or make you try to be a miniature me. I can't do that. I wouldn't do that. I don't have the right to do it. I don't have the righteousness to do it. I just want to be with you. I want to be there when you need me, and I want you to be there when I need you. Wow, what a different life it could be. This is just another piece of that puzzle. But you put that one together with all those other little pieces that I already mentioned, man, I believe things could be a lot different. May God bless us. And when we say our thoughts and our prayers are with all these people who are suffering, I'm also reaching my hand out to so many others that are out there suffering in silence that need someone to take their hand. Be there for them. May God bless us. Amen.